Hello YouTube, Fox here. Sorry for the lengthy amount of time I've been away. Been under the weather, Easter holidays, and just, well, been lazy. But I am back, hopefully. And this is my review of Father Brown. Now, I found this series on Netflix. I don't know if you can find it on any other streaming services or not. But I found it, and I thought I'd give it a try. Now, I don't know what it is about me and the outside perspective of a murder case. Those of you who are not familiar with the term or what the heck I'm talking about, mainly this whole story revolves around a person that is not the detective who, through either dumb luck or his own skills, solves the murder case. Now, my favorites have always been Angela Lansbury's J.B. Fletcher, and even to a certain extent, Andy Griffith's Ben Matlock. But now I'll have to add Father Brown to this mix. To me, he doesn't have the, what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't have the persistence of Sherlock Holmes or the weird inconsistencies of said person. But what does he have? He has, believe it or not, faith in the individual. Now, if you're not religious, you're not going to probably like this at all, because Father Brown is by all means a Catholic priest. Sorry, I sneezed. But he's a Catholic priest, and all through the 5 seasons, it never does exactly say what he was before he took the orders. And it would really be nice if the creators of this actually touched on what makes Father Brown, not say tick, but just what makes Father Brown able to spot things that the police either don't want to pay attention to, or just outright wave off. Now, on Netflix, there's 5 seasons of this show, and I have watched just about every one of them. There's only been a couple that I haven't watched, mainly because I either skipped them or I wanted to save a few for a rainy day. But to me, it is very... See, I don't like Castle because of one thing. The whole will they, won't they become in a relationship or not. And I hate that with a passion. Either say you love each other and act on those feelings, or don't. Don't spend 3 to 4 seasons dragging it out, and when you finally wind up together, make the quality of the show tank so bad that the network actually had to cancel it. See, that's my thing with Castle. I loved the first couple of seasons of Castle and his antics. But when the whole thing started to go just completely left field, that's when I decided not to watch it anymore. But as far as Father Brown's concerned, it's a Catholic priest. For those who don't know, Catholic priests are not allowed to marry. Well, in his time frame anyway. But they're not allowed to marry. They're not really allowed much besides room and board at their church, and that's it. Besides the cassocks they wear. And actually, I learned that term from the show. I always thought they was called robes, but no, they're called cassocks. Um, Another thing Father Brown does that I kind of like is there's this recurring villain all through the show called Flambeau. And every time these two meet, on one side you got Father Brown, the pious priest, who's all the time, well, being a priest. Then you got Flambeau, who's a thief. And every time these two characters meet on screen, it's one big cat and mouse where, yeah, Flambeau's trying to do his own thing, but Father Brown is there to either undermine him or try to convert him. And I really like that. I mean, all through there's like maybe 4 episodes, all through the 5 seasons, Father Brown and Flambeau jousting, more or less, trying to one-up each other, and Father Brown trying to bring Flambeau into the light. And I really like that. I mean, I'm not Catholic, but just to have that, I want to say synergy, but I don't know if I'm really using the correct word there, but just having that with these two actors and the script, excuse me, sorry. I mean, they really do play off each other very well. Now, there's some other recurring characters. Mrs. McCarthy, who's the parish secretary, who, I don't know why she's there besides to keep Father Brown on track of what's going on in the parish and to be the gossiper. And that she does. And then there's Lady Felicia, who, her and Mrs. McCarthy, they're at each other's, not really throats, but they're at each other's case all through the seasons until Lady Felicia finally departs the show. Now, I really haven't looked into what happens or the actress who played Lady Felicia, but now her driver, Sydney, I actually saw where he went after he left Father Brown. And if you really want to know, he actually goes to play in Penny Dreadful as the second monster that Frankenstein creates. Unfortunately, his role is short-lived. Spoiler, sorry. Now, the other main actor, the actor who plays Father Brown, and I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but I've not really seen him in anything else but Father Brown, as well as Lady McCarthy and Lady Felicia. Now, all through the 5 seasons, there's 3 detectives that Father Brown pretty much get, they pretty much get on, Father Brown really gets on their nerves all through the show because they trying to warn him off, trying to tell him like, hey, this is dangerous, hey, this is dangerous. But 2 out of the 3 actually come to see the light, like, hey, this guy is actually helping us, even though he's not technically supposed to. But hey, he's helped us on a lot of cases, and we kind of appreciate what he does. The only detective that kind of still hates him is his last detective. But I don't know if there's going to be more seasons put up on Netflix, and I really do hope so, because I really want to see this new detective also come to the light and see that Father Brown's not a hindrance, but a help. And oddly enough, all 3 detectives are not Catholic. They do not belong to Father Brown's parish. And I'm like, what? Really? Now, the time setting in this one I really don't know where it's set. A couple of calendars that I've seen throughout the show say 1953, 1954. But they all act as if the World War II just happened last year. It takes place in England, by the way. And they really don't get out of their whole little village much. They stay inside that one location all through the 5 seasons. And one would think after a while they will run out of people to kill off, but no. The parish, or where they're at, seems to be a very big place with a lot of interesting characters that they either come up with for one show or slowly become recurring characters. But if you really like the detective shows where the detective is not the one solving the case, it's the outsider busybody who solves the case, I would highly recommend Father Brown. And if you have nothing else better to watch, I really highly recommend watching that as well. But Father Brown gets a very high recommendation from me. Like I said, especially if you love the outside detective. In a way, I'd actually lump Monk in there as well. The character Monk. But in a way, he's technically still a police officer. And on a police officer's payroll, so I don't know exactly how to classify him. Eventually down the road, I might do a review on him as well. It's just going to be very hard to do. I wasn't very religiously watching this show. I just picked up a few episodes here and there. So I may have to go and try to find it and start from season 1 and up until it ends and come back with a better review. But if you want something to check out, watch. It's 5 seasons long, and in a way it does have a few comedic moments, but they're British comedic moments. So, to us Americans, it may fly over our head, but to us who are used to the BBCs and used to British comedians, you'll pick up on it. Unfortunately, I'm used to it. I loved Dad's Army. I watched tons of episodes on Facebook. So, I mean not Facebook, YouTube. Sorry, excuse me, YouTube. And still find myself every now and then wanting to see the antics of Captain Mainwaring and all the characters on Dad's Army. I may do a review here soon of the movie that came out a couple of years ago, as they try to reboot the series or just try to bring it into future audiences. But Father Brown, highly recommend. Give it a watch and let me know what you think if you do. As always, Fox here, and hopefully I'll start coming back on a regular basis. Don't know what day of the week yet. This is just a very odd day for me. I decided to do it since I had a day off. But stay tuned. Subscribe if you want to. Like the video if you want to. I get nothing from it. Seriously, I don't. And I've actually been wanting to do a review of a reviewer to kind of boost my fan base. I might do that. Just to have fun. But, as always, Fox here, and I will see you later.